What's happening, everybody? Um, it's every time, the first or the minute preceding me hitting the go live button is a sheer panic. What's up, Ian? How you doing, man? Hi, Lee. Because like I'm always like, oh shit, I forgot to turn that microphone on. I forgot to turn that camera on. It's stressful. So I've come to a couple of conclusions about this class and about a lot of the yoga that's online on YouTube and otherwise. And I'm not bad mouthing anything anybody's doing. Like if you're putting yoga out there, that's awesome. I just don't see, and I'd love if anyone knows, drop me a comment or send me an email. Hit me up on the website, like that's doing like a full class, like a 60-minute class. What I see is a lot of like 15, 20-minute flows. And the other thing is this. I'm very scattered. I'm still like trying to get going. I just got my kid fed and bathed and all that stuff. So bear with me. But I was thinking how doing a live yoga class and then leaving it up on YouTube, until YouTube is no longer on this earth. I'm thinking to myself, well, what am I doing? Am I really teaching yoga, or am I just filming myself practicing yoga? And that's kind of what this feels more like. What's up, Eric? Hey, bro. So because I've always told people that I've trained to teach yoga in teacher trainings that like you have to be assessing your students. You have to stay off the mat. You have to watch them. You have to demo when necessary. Otherwise, you're just trying to keep the class moving along. But now I find that this is the only way to do it for you to follow along at home is to see visually. Sorry, this is a lot to unpack. This is the tragedy of being live. Is I could just do this for like 20 minutes, but I probably won't. But this is probably, for those that have taken my class, this really is what my class is like. It's just, I just walk in the room and like, I don't know, I was just kind of thinking about this and does it make any sense? But I do want to, when we practice today, I want to let you know something that I was sort of doing, and now I'm kind of like, okay, those are going to be the rules. Like, I'm going to live by these rules, which is that if basically I can't teach because I have to practice, and what I'm really doing is just filming myself practicing yoga and letting you follow along and giving you the cues to follow along, then that should be my practice, i.e., I'm not going to do a bunch of yoga and get ready for it because I want it to be as authentic as possible, and that means that I want you to see when my hamstrings are tight or when I'm struggling with my balance. So the practice will be very real, and I think that they, for the most part, have been. But if I was going to teach a class, if there were students here in the room with me, then I probably would have done like a 20, 30-minute prep and then been able to pay attention to the students when they were here. But since I'm practicing, you're following along, and we're just sort of doing yoga together, I think that I should be being as authentic and real as possible. So I'm a little tired. I am a little sore. I'm a little bit scattered. And that's what we're bringing to the table today, right? So it's good to see all of you. So let's have some fun today. Give you just a quick theme song intro just because I have the thing that makes that happen. And otherwise, I wasted a bunch of money if I don't use it. But I figure this is as cool of a happy theme song as you could ever have to start a yoga class. Since I don't have any bongos or a sitar, and that wouldn't be my style anyway. But I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to practice. You guys ready to do it? Give me a holler there on the comments. Ginny, I expect you to be practicing. Just saying. All right, guys. Which mat are we on? Let's do this. Boom. And look, I still got my pajamas on because it's not like officially, technically quarantined, but I mean, for the most part it is. And that means I don't give a shit. Slide your left foot back, flip your toes over, press down into the top of your foot. I'm doing it, Denny says. All right, dude. Take some deep breaths. Remember this intentional breath, this practice of breath. Every yoga class is also a breath class, if you get right down to it. Lift your left thigh into the air. You might feel a little bit wobbly right here already, right? Put your hand on a wall or a table or a chair. Everybody practices with what they got at that moment. Lift your right heel. Lift the left knee higher. Lift the heart up. Lower the right heel. And then pull your left big toe to the ceiling. Reach around, grab your foot. And pull your heel to your tailbone. Slowly hinge forward. Place your left palm on your right knee. Otherwise, place your hand on something to stabilize yourself. Lift the left knee up and push the right knee into your left palm. Rise back up and grab your shin. Capturing the top and bottom of your shin. So hand below the knee, hand above the foot. Stick out your butt, lift your heart up. Point your left big toe. Groin back. Step your left foot back and plant the heel if you're very wobbly and you need that extra stability, or point your left toes forward along with your right if you feel more stable. Turn your palms forward, bow, bend your right knee, and push back. Reach forward, connect your thumbs over the crown of your head. Reach back as you push forward, and then push back and reach forward. Remember this part of the practice, one more time, reach back and push forward, and push back, reach forward. It never changes. This is our warm-up at Stronger. Lift the left heel and try to straighten your right leg a little bit more. Keep pushing your butt back and reaching forward. Lift your hands, straighten your back leg, rise, step, and connect the palms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to the right. Press your palms together as you lean. You don't have to go far. Inhale, back up. Back to the right, exhale. And you don't have to thrust your hips over to the left. That'll take care of itself. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lean to the right. Not as far as you can, as far as you want to. But put pressure in the palms. And the metaphor I think about in my head is like I'm crushing an egg in my hands, but I don't want to get it on my feet. So I'm going to lift the right heel and maybe even lift the right foot, and then come back to center. Lower your arms. Let's take the left arm into a chicken wing. That means you place the back of your hand on your kidney and capture your elbow, the tricep or the forearm, if you can't get the hand actually to the elbow. And then just try to pull your elbow back. Unlock the knees. As we're preparing for deeper and deeper levels of practice, and one movement or action facilitates the next one. This is also the time in which we are really just tapping into our awareness of breath, awareness of body. Release. Take your right foot, slide it back, flip your toes over, press down into the top of your foot. So what I wanted to say, when I was at the desk, what I wanted to say earlier is all of these 10, 15, 20-minute practices, I think they're just endemic of the fact that that's all I got. I got to get on YouTube. I got 20 minutes, man. Give me something. Well, right now, a lot of people have scads of time on their hands. And hopefully, we can start to re-embrace the time it takes to pay attention to make the body stronger. With that right thigh parallel to the floor or better, that means knee higher than the hip. Point the foot down. And then just try practicing lifting your left heel. It really helps if you think about, before you lift the heel, think about holding down like a playing card from a deck of cards under your left big toe so that somebody can't take it. So push down into that big toe and then lift the heel. And then pull the right big toe into the air behind you. And then reach back with your left hand and grab it. Pull the heel to the tailbone. So this is me pulling. That's the left biceps job. Heel to tailbone, slowly hinge forward. So the whole purpose of this is to put the body into a configuration in which it's creating tension and opportunity to stretch and create range of motion, but also guys, to help strengthen our balance and our stability, to strengthen our vestibular system that constantly tells us where we're at in space, our body, and then transmits that information to the brain, into the muscles so that they perform actions. All right, grab your shin. Lift your shin away from the floor, and then stick out your butt and lift up your heart. Point your right big toe, and step back. Plant the heel if you need to. Point your right toes forward and lift the heel if you can. Turn your palms, and usually we don't know if we can until we try. Bow forward, bend the left knee. Push back, float your arms above your peripheral vision. Connect your thumbs with your left leg straight. Reach back as you push forward. Push back as you reach forward. Inhale, come forward, right leg straightens. Exhale, push back one more time. Right knee bends, right heel lifts, left leg straightens. So always think about this when you find yourself holding this position, guys. You're holding your mat down with your back foot, trying to slide it forward with your front foot. Straighten the right leg, rise, step, connect the palms. Take a deep breath. To the left, exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. If we were the hand of a clock, we'd be just trying to get to 11, not 10, not 9. Inhale back up. Exhale to the left. Because we have a fucking hour, okay? Even if we weren't under quarantine and you had to go to work and work 8, 10, 12 hours, what you do with that other time when you're not getting hopefully 7 or 8 hours of good sleep, lift your left leg, is something to take care of yourself. And believe it or not, we're worth more than 20 minutes. Place your right hand on your kidney, capture your elbow or near it, and you're not trying to pull your elbow in any further. Let's be clear about that. Your torso's not trying to twist. What you're trying to do is hold your elbow and draw it back. And make sure that you're really pressing the back of your right hand against your right hip. See, you don't know when, but I always know when I'm stalling because I know what's next, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta do the thing. We're about to do the thing, you guys. Release. Step your feet nice and wide. Squat down and reach forward. Rise up. Squat down, reach forward. Inhale, rise up. Squat down, reach forward. Lift the heels, flip the palms. Reach for the ceiling. Now imagine you've got your butt, your shoulder blades, and thumbs on a wall. Press into your big toes and slowly rise with your heels lifted. Now keep those heels lifted, bend the knees again. If your results are not stellar, it's important to recognize, rise up. This is an intense challenge that is designed to wake up the body. So the purpose isn't to pull it off, so to speak. Squat down, place your hands on the outside of your knees. But we always have to, if we want to grow, we have to do something more difficult than we think we can do. Wedge your elbows on the inside of your knees. Try to push your knees apart. Try to push your elbows together. We have to be at the fringe of our ability. Otherwise, stagnation. Squat all the way down. Now try to push those knees apart and touch your thumbs to your sternum. Lift the heart. So you're trying to make sure that your thumbs are sliding down towards the belly button. Lift up. All right. Let's switch. Plant the hands. Step back. Touch your chest to the floor. Push up. Press back. A little bend in the knees. Crouching cat. Now, I was thinking about this yesterday, guys. With your hands and feet on the floor, just bend your knees and move around. If you like down dog, do down dog. And if you want to up dog, then up dog. Because you're in your house. So, your house, your rules, right? But there's a lot of things that I won't cue, which is upward facing dog and downward facing dog. And the reason for that is I really want to make sure that we're learning how to train not just the erectors on the back, which is going to lift the chest, but the low deep back, which is going to tilt the pelvis. So let's get back to it. Lift your heels, breathe in. Press your heels down, breathe out. Bring your knees to the floor. And then pull your hips back and hold your mat down with your hands. Now your head can come to the floor, but it doesn't have to. I typically am looking at my thumbs to make sure that I'm pushing down. Spring to a plank, chest to the floor, push, press, bend the knees, leave them straight if you like. Like I said, I don't give a shit. I'm in my pajamas. Lift your heels up, breathe in. Press your heels down, breathe out. Lower your knees, breathe in. Pull your hips back, push into the palms. Spring to a plank, chest to the floor, push, and press, bend the knees. One more time, lift your heels up, press your heels down, lower the knees, hips back, push down to palms, spring to plank, chest to the floor, push, press. Lift your right leg up, exhale, step forward. Now this is our stronger salutation called volution. Inhale, press your chest to your shirt. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come forward, reach up with your right hand. Exhale, turn left. Left hand to the side of the head with your thumb slid over your ear. Slowly turn your chest to the left. And then turn your body back to the top of your mat. Reach both hands up. Pull the elbows down, tighten the belly, turn to the right. Reach up, face forward, place your hands on the floor. Step back, touch your chest to the mat at least once. Remember, you can use your knees down as leverage if you need to. Lift your left leg, step forward. Inhale, press your chest forward, knee forward, exhale, straighten the left leg, push back. Inhale, come forward, reach up with the left hand. Exhale, turn to the right. Right hand to the side of your head. Keep your right elbow close to your nose and turn your chest. Don't look for the ceiling and don't lift your right elbow to the ceiling. Just turn your body to the back wall behind you. Reach down, turn back to the front of your mat. Reach both hands up, elbows down. Lift the back heel, back leg is straight. Turn to the left. Reach up, face forward. Place your hands on your mat. Step back. Do a push-up. Press back. By the way, if it's hard to do those push-ups and step forwards, go back and look at yesterday's class. That was March 19th. Lift your right leg. Step forward, because I gave a nice variation for this. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come forward. Right hand reaches up. Exhale, pivot left. Left hand to the side of the head. Twist the chest. Reach down, turn the feet to the right, reach up, breathe in. Elbows down, forearms back, turn right. Reach up, breathe in, plant your hands, step back, grab a push-up or two. Press back, bend the knees, left leg lifts. Step through. Inhale forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, lunge forward, twist to the left, reach up with the left hand, turn to the right. Right hand to the side of the head, twist to the right. Keep your elbow close to your nose. Turn back to the top of your mat, reach both hands up. Forearms back, belly tight, turn left. Reach up, face forward, plant the hands, step back, touch your chest to your mat, press back, bend the knees. Let's do one more set. Lift your right leg up, exhale, step forward. Honestly, I can't remember if this is 3 or 4. Breathe in forward, exhale, push back. Inhale, reach up with the right hand, twist right. Exhale, turn your feet left. Left hand to the side of the head, twist to the left. Exhale, turn back to the top. Inhale, both hands up. Forearms back. Elbows bend 90, turn to the right. Reach up, breathe in, plant the hands. Step back, chest to the floor. Left leg lifts. Step through. Chest to your shirt. Push your ass into your pants. Come forward, reach your left hand up. Exhale, turn to the right. Right hand to the side of the head, twist to the right. Turn back to the top. Reach both hands up. Cactus twist to the left. Reach up, face forward. Plant your hands. Last call for push-ups. They're like broccoli. They're good for you, but you might not like how they taste. Go ahead and sit to your heels. Lay your palms on your thighs. This is where we're going to catch our breath and slow our heart rate down. Trying to be still enough, even though we're breathing, that we can feel the pounding heart without trying to take our pulse off our wrist or our neck, or even put the hand to the chest. In 20 minutes, we can't pause and appreciate what we've done in the last 5 or 10 minutes to keep the heart healthy and strong. To take a moment and feel appreciation for this present self, which is offering a gift to our future self. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Lift your butt, step your right foot forward. So, I was feeling pretty energetic today, a little scattered, mind you, as you might have noticed, but energetic, so. And I got my best pajama pants on, so we might just go for it today. Nice position. Lean forward, lift the left knee, lift the left foot. Keep your hands on your thigh. And now begin to press your chest away from your thigh. Make sure you didn't hyperextend your right knee. Reach forward. Palms face each other like you're holding a basketball above the crown of your head, looking straight down. Lift your arms till you can't see them if that's possible for you today. Slowly rise up, lift the ball to the ceiling. Lift the left knee. And now stack your palms right over left or left over right. Just know which one you did. And imagine that basketball is pinned between your palms and your right knee. Straighten your right leg. And keep pressing the knee up to the palms. Hold that basketball in the air. Stick out your butt, lift your heart. Release. Extend your left foot back. And right knee bends. Lower the heart. I could touch the floor. Place your hands on the floor if you need to. Lower the left foot to the back of your mat. Rise up. Thumbs slide over the ears. Wrap the fingers around the skull. This is full skull hold. The elbows don't go wide. They stay close. I want to draw my armpits back, hug the shoulder blades onto my back. And it feels as I lift my elbows, not that I'm pushing my head into my hands, but that I'm holding my head and trying to pull it off of my shoulders. Like the headless horseman, if I could just pop my head off. Bring your left inner thigh back to bring your left outer hip forward. Hold your mat down with your right foot, especially at the heel and the big toe. And release. Come forward. Plant the left hand. Straighten the right leg. Reach up with the right hand. Lift the left heel, bend the left knee a little bit more if you can. Straighten the right leg a little more if you can, and you don't know if you don't try. Release. Turn your body to your left, 180 degrees. Step back, lie down on your belly. Slide your palms forward. Hold the floor down with your palms, look at your thumbs. My feet are still on the floor, even though I'm pressing into my knees. That lifts your groin off the floor and it sticks your butt up into the air. Now lift your left palm and your right knee. Push down into your left knee and your right palm. Make sure you're breathing as you push and lift. And lower. Slide your hands underneath you. Keep your knees on the floor. Push into table and press back. Hands to thighs. I only have 20 minutes. Man, that's an easy lie to sell ourselves. Step your left foot forward, knight's pose. Or I don't even have 20 minutes. And trust me, if you've got a kid at home that can't fend for themselves, I get it. Sometimes we have to take care of ourselves when others are unconscious. A lot of times I would get up at like 5 a.m. before my daughter got up so that I could work out or read or practice. All right, let's do it, guys. Lean forward. Lift the right knee. Keep your hands on your left thigh. Keep leaning forward until you can lift your right leg. And push your chest away from your left thigh by straightening your arms. Now reach forward, hold the invisible basketball above your head, and try to squeeze that ball. Lift your right inner thigh, draw your left hip back. And then slowly lower the chest to the left thigh. You can lift that right leg higher. And then hands to the floor if you need them there. But try to lower your right foot almost to the floor. And step back soft onto the carton of eggs. And rise up. Slide both thumbs over the ears. Square the hips off to the edge of your mat in front of your toes. So if you're keeping track, that's probably your back edge. Keep your elbows close to your face. And begin to lift your heart with the center of your back. So make no mistake, guys, we're trying to go heart up, not head back. Drive into the ball of your back foot and straighten that right leg. And release. Come forward. Nice simple twist here. Right hand to the floor. Left leg begins to straighten. Your right leg can stay straight. I like to bend mine because it changes the angle of the left hip. Reach up with the left hand. And left side feels super tight today. My good buddy Jeff and his wife Shalisa gave me a hypervolt, if you know what that is. Just basically beats the shit out of your muscles and loosens you up and alleviates soreness and all that. I could have just attacked my left butt and hamstring with that thing. But no, I want you to see me struggling. Release. Reach down. Turn 180 degrees back to the right foot to the top of the mat. Step back. Lie down on your belly. Slide your hands forward. Lift your chin so you can see your thumbs on the floor. Press down into your knees without lifting the feet. So we want to keep those big toes touching the floor. The knees press down firm, and your groin and your pelvis lifts off the floor. We want both of those ACES points, the hip bone protrusion, off the floor. Lift the right hand, lift the left leg. Push into left palm and right knee. Keep that groin off the floor the way it was when you had all limbs on the floor. And lower. Slide your hands under. Tighten your belly. Keep your knees on the mat. Push. Press back hands to thighs. I typically frame a class with a lunge series and then work into open hip series. And if that's meaningless to you, yeah, who gives a shit? But for those that teach or are looking to develop a strong home practice and not having to rely on YouTuber videos, rise up, step your right foot forward. Left hand to half skull. Now, right hand, just let your arm dangle off your shoulder. And while you're facing forward, I'm going to turn, let's see. We're going to go back to the top of the mat one of these days. There we go. Notice the elbow doesn't flare out. Notice my chest doesn't turn either direction. So you're trying to keep your hip bones and your shoulders and your chest square to the top edge of your mat. While your right hand reaches down. You might touch the floor, but don't bring your heart forward to try to touch the floor, because touching the floor ultimately is not the point. It's to create space on your left side body from your left shoulder to your left knee. And then when you tap into that feeling and be aware of where that length is, where that tension is, then you just move into that. Rise back up. And plant the left hand. And lift the left leg. Reach your right hand to the right. And slowly turn your chest to the right without your left hip sagging. So now it's not just how much you can twist at the shoulders, it's how much you can prevent yourself from twisting at the hips. And we have a instructional video on that. I'll try to remember to put the card up for that. Reach down, lower your left foot, and turn 180 degrees to the back edge of your mat. Step back, lie down on your belly, like that class we did the other day, where I said, we're going to work into binds, and then I totally forgot to do binds. We're going to try to get there today. Place your left hand on the floor right, or just leave your left hand where it is. Reach your right hand to the right. And then roll onto your right side. Rest your head, push into your right hand as you're rolling to the right. Push into the right hand. I want to say that again. And slowly release, roll back onto your belly. Go ahead and leave those knees on the floor, guys. Push, press back, sit to heels, hands to thighs, because if it feels like we're going kind of easy today, I'm just trying to get you to conserve your energy. You're going to want it later. Deep breaths. Rise up, step your left foot forward. I must be working hard because I always duct tape my phone to my arm, and now it's sliding down my arm. All right. From a knight's position, we're going to lunge arc. Right hand to the side of the head. Thumb slides over the ear. Your pinky would be able to tap the button on a baseball cap if you were wearing one. Now let your left arm just hang off your shoulder. Keep your eyes forward, your hips and shoulders square to the back edge of your mat, and slowly reach down like you're going to pick up a golf ball on the floor underneath your butt. Keep your eyes forward. You're not trying to look down. Don't look up. Just look at the same point you were looking before you arced. Now your left knee goes forward, but your left hip goes back. So does your right armpit. When we go laterally left, the chest wants to turn left. So try to keep your chest square and rise back up. We're going to plant the right spider and lift the left leg. The right leg. Right hand on the floor, right leg in the air. Left hand reaches left. And hold that right hip in place where it is and turn to the left. But I guarantee you, after this class, I'm going to beat the hell out of my left glute with that hypervolt. And slowly release. Plant the hand and the foot. Turn 180 to the right foot in the top of the mat. Step back and lie on your belly. Slide the left hand to the left. Turn your head to the right. While you roll left, rest your head. Try to plant your heels. Push your heels away from your hips so your legs are straight, quads are ignited. Point the toes up as best you can. Release. Roll back onto your belly. Leave those knees on the floor. Save your energy. Push up, tabletop. Press back, hands to thighs. That sweat feels good, right? Hopefully you're working up a sweat. Not because we're in a hot room. I didn't want to say this, but I was watching to see what other yoga studios are doing and if they're going online. And a lot of them are. Go ahead and step your left foot forward. And one of them from a hot yoga studio said, well, if you're practicing at home with us, go into your bathroom and just turn on the hot water in the shower, and then you can have a hot steam. Yeah, just let your shower run for hours so you can make your body sweat, something that you could do just by moving it vigorously. Okay, I'm done. Rise up and turn to the right. And point your toes at the corners of your mat. Squat down into goddess pose. If you're a goddess, And squat down into horse if you're more of a dude than a goddess, because it's the same fucking thing. Even though I'm pushing my thighs down and pulling my groin back and trying to lift my heart and press it into my shirt, and you can move around like there was a breeze in your living room that was just moving your hips. Rise up, slide the left heel out, point the right toes forward. We're coming into warrior two. Before this is over, this phone is just going to slide off my arm. So I still need that fix, guys. Is there like a band or something that I don't know about? Warrior two. Close your eyes and feel your feet on the floor. Tapping into proprioception and proprioceptive re-education, which is a big important element of this practice. Just becoming reacquainted with the body, understanding how it moves and what moves it. But it's about movement, even when it looks like we're still. Now open up your eyes. We're going to take the right arm into a chicken wing. That's the hand of the kidney and the left hand capturing the elbow. And then just push your right hand against your hip and try to retract your right elbow. Now let's work on balance and abduction. So left hand to the hip, and I'm going to toe heel left foot a little bit forward because I know I don't want to push myself using momentum into balance. I want to use grace. So I'm going to reach forward, lift the left heel, lift the left leg, and I'm simply going to place right hand on shin. And as I slide it slowly down, I'm going to lift the left big toe up and point it. I'm also firing left hip flexor to keep my left glute from trying to help me lift. I want my hip flexor to fire so my butt doesn't pull my left leg back. If it pulls back here, if you're watching this, if it pulls back here, I'm more inclined to lose my balance. And then we're going to reach forward, bend the right knee, and step back as soft as we can. Rise up. We're going to turn right foot in, left foot out, and switch sides. Come into warrior two. And now there's this great feeling of switching to the other side. There's that moment where it's like, yes, this is good. I'm really enjoying not doing the other thing anymore. And then when does it morph into, wait, I don't think I'm enjoying this anymore either. It's witnessing all those thoughts and just letting them slide on by. And then just trying to be aware. Warrior two with your eyes closed. You're sort of claiming your space, claiming your power, your breathing. Again, your body would move in a stiff breeze, and you would let it. And you're feeling your feet on the floor. I only have 20 minutes. I can't do this shit. Shut up. Place your left hand on your left hip and grab the elbow or grab above or below it if it's difficult for you to grab your elbow. Lift your heart and push your hand against your hip. And release. Now I already know that my feet are too far apart and I would have to kick myself into half moon. So I'm just going to start to walk the right foot forward. Lunging into left knee, reaching for the floor in front of me with the left hand, or planting the left hand. Lift the right leg. and hold a block, hold a chair. Lift the right big toe and point it as you slide left hand down. So I'm always trying to, and always encouraging you to, push into the difficulty. When you feel the resistance in your body, that's your moment to shine. Reach the left hand forward, bend the left knee, lower the right leg. Can you land the right foot on a carton of eggs? And rise up. Switching sides. Let's go right spider to right foot. That's your fingertips on the floor next to the arch of your foot. As you bend left knee, right leg straightens and your spider slides to the center of your mat. Now, reach between your legs behind you, palm up, like somebody standing behind you is going to high five you for being a badass. And then straighten your left leg, lunge into your right knee, and really work the tricep past the back of the knee. Reach up with the right hand. Reach back with the left. If you successfully bound, good for you. Many of you couldn't get there today. You can always throw a towel. Hold a towel in your left hand. Drape it behind you. And then just capture the towel with your right hand. Straighten the right leg if you're bound. And maybe all of this was way out of your element today. It doesn't mean it will be tomorrow, but tomorrow will be out of your element too if we're not trying. At the very minimum, let's try to get this right hand to the floor next to the foot and breathe. And remember, when you feel the resistance that says, fuck all this, just push into that. And you'll find there's more of you than you thought. I'm going to work left foot forward. And just like I practice, lifting left big toe as I point it. And can you land on a carton of eggs? Pull the chest to the center and rise up out. It'll feel good on the right hip to turn and work the other side now. Left spider to the floor. Did you notice I got a lot quieter and less animated? If you notice that, it's because this is really hard. And if it was easy, what would be the point? So place your spider next to your foot, your hand on your hip. And if the mobility in the hip or the shoulders is just eluding you today, or it's just eluding you in life right now, then just get your hand to the floor and try to turn your chest. Because like I said, we can't get to the sixth step on a stairway without hitting the first through the fifth. Now as your right knee bends, left leg straightens, left spider slides back. And then I reach back for the high five, and then I straighten right leg and bend left again. And I'm really trying to slide as much of my tricep past the back of my left knee as possible. And then rotating the palm, reach up, slide the hand to the hip. If your left thumb was more inclined to go in your butt crack, then you should probably grab a towel. Don't try to bind between your butt cheeks, please, guys. Because where do you have to wash our hands enough? And then lift the heart away from the floor. I've got the added challenge of a phone taped to my arm, and then keep turning the chest. This is difficult, right? Good. Because we're getting too comfortable. Lean into your left foot. Lift your right. Discomfort hurts, but comfort kills. Release. Oh, I think I crushed an egg right there. Rise up out of it. And we're going to turn.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Mat.
Could you please repeat what you
Left
said?
hand down into a night position.
Night.
Whew. Hello, America. I've got it. This is just annoying the shit out of me. America. What a grandiose idea that is. Hello to the 4 or 5 of you watching.
I'm not sure
this.
I understand.
Mirabai, are you talking to me? Toe heel, right foot right, everybody. Spiders on the floor, lower the hips. Lift. Toe heel, right foot left. Lower the knee. Come on to the elbows in the pigeon. Don't be shy about moving around. If it looks to the outside observer like you're dry humping your mat, who gives a shit? This is our opportunity to pay attention to the body, to pay attention to our breath. But you know what we typically do? We zone out. Our mind is so good at just taking us everywhere. It is the most sophisticated and simultaneously fucked up computer in the world. And some more than others. Release. Press back into crouching cat. Let's do a little flippy flippy. Bend those knees. Press the heart to the big toes. And I'm going to step my left foot to the center of my mat, and the right foot is going to step over the left foot or slide behind it. And the hips swivel clockwise. Right hand comes off the floor. Reach that right hand somewhere over your head. Try to point your toes as best you can in the same direction as the top of your mat. And turn the heart just a little bit more. And release, lower the hips down. And then plant the hand. Step back into your crouching cat. Press your heart back towards the feet. Step the right foot forward. Turn to your left 180. Right knee down. Left foot left. Slide the spiders over to the corners of the mat or off the corners and bow. Lift the heart and toe heel left foot right. Lower the knee down. Slide the right knee back. If your left foot wants to slide under your groin, allow that as much as a need be for your knee to feel comfortable. Or it could be the hip or the glute is too tight. But remember, we're trying to find more discomfort, not escape it. The best way to know, is this uncomfortable or is this painful? Can you breathe? Can you breathe in and out? And then again, some people have a weird threshold for pain, so It's about learning what your governor is. Now our left hip would love the idea of a little flippy flippy right now. So plant your hands, step back into crouching cat, step the right foot in to the left foot, slide the left foot around the right foot, and slowly turn the torso. Try to turn from the hips, leave your left hand on the floor as long as you can, and then slowly take the left hand and reach over your head somewhere. And then your feet are not glued to the floor. Move them around and see if you can get them symmetrical, parallel to each other. Pull the hips down low and flip back over. One more crouching cat. Try to tear that mat in half. And release. Knees to the floor, hands to the thighs. 20 minutes. See, when I started teaching, yoga classes were 90 minutes, 2 hours long. And then it became 75 minutes, and then it became 60, and then it became Fierce 45 and Fit 36, and a Tight 10, and a Furious 5, and then, but what did all that time that we saved in that slow practice or that super fast practice, what did we do with it? We fucked it off anyway, playing crossy roads. Take a seat on the center of your mat. So the one thing that's going to be fun to look back on when all of this temporary madness is over, or even if it's permanent, we'll figure out a way to adjust. That's what human beings do. That's what the human spirit does. It adapts, right? But when life hopefully goes back to something of a normalcy, it'll be fun to look back at these videos and see all the mistakes I made, and me trying to like control cameras with a phone and then trying to talk into the right camera and then going off on a weird digression. Lean to your left knee. By the way, we're in a Janu Shirsasana, but it's a prism. So, and that means that classically we would grab the right foot with both hands, forehead to knee. That's what Janu Shirsasana means. We're still trying to go head towards knee, but we're just trying to take the stretch more into one side of the back and the hip than just trying to grab everything at once. My body, my aging 54-year-old body, finds a lot of success working a lot of the positions that are more contralateral. That means right hand, left leg sort of thing, working across the trunk. So hold on to your foot, lean to your left knee, and twist to your left, and relax your neck. So my head is coming towards my shoulder, but remember, don't elevate your right shoulder to give a shell for your ear. Remember, your right shoulder plays hard to get here. Hard for your ear to get onto. Release. Plant your right foot. Capture your right knee on the inside of your elbow. Place your spider behind you. Remember, that's your fingertips, your Spider-Man hand, I would also call it. Lift your heart up and turn. Another thing that we're trying to tap into in the very moment, in the very breath, is noticing if we're having that anticipation of, and release, right? So sometimes I'll just fuck with you guys and just hold something. I've only got 20 minutes. Release. Left leg is straight. Right foot slides to the inner thigh. You can grab those buns. They're yours and you can touch them. And pull them back. Reach for your foot. It's okay if you have to bend your knee a lot. I don't know what's going on right here, but that's really tight on me today. So I got my knee bent way more on this side than the other side. And I'm trying, as a practice, as a form of mastery my entire life, to bring this balance into my body. Lean to your right knee till your left glute comes off the floor. And as you push through your left heel, turn your chest away from your left foot. You don't have to look over your shoulder and you don't have to look behind you. Look away from where your left foot is. Hold your right knee down with your right hand, lower your left ear. Make that left shoulder play hard to get with the ear. And release. Plant your left foot. Hold your knee. Pull your belly tight. Lift your heart away from the floor. Create your Superman chest. It's only been like a week, but I'm seriously reminiscing about like going to the movie theater. And I was thinking just now, you're supposed to be thinking about the breath, dude. I'm sorry. I was thinking about a couple of months ago, I went with a friend and saw Joe versus the Volcano at the Alamo. That's why I love the Alamo. They would still show a movie like that. So, since you're quarantined, you can release if you haven't. Bring your feet into Sukhasana. That's one foot in front of the other without your ankles crossed. Idea being that if we sat here and meditated for 5 or 10 minutes, and I want to encourage you to do that, we wouldn't be cutting off blood flow to the feet. You also have the option to lie down in Shavasana. You also have the option to do some other poses if I didn't suggest them, and you've got more time. But today I was thinking about like, well, wow, if we're not going to work, or if we don't have work, if work has been taken from us because we live in the service industry or whatever, then we've got more time. And we certainly need to use much of that time to being creative about how we're going to get through this and to hustle. But we also have some time to take care of ourselves, and we should really lean into that. So if you've got more time than this hour that I've wanted to be here with you and practice, then please feel free to keep going, okay? But time. I also, I become very self-aware of whether or not like I'm trying to be super wise or not, but I just want it to be valuable for you guys to have spent this time. In this weird way, is as much as we can bash technology and cat videos and how silly our culture is, we can also find valuable things. And whether or not you find this valuable or not, that's completely up to you. But that's why I love YouTube. That's why I love all this online content, is that I can find answers to things that I'm looking for. And right now, we're probably looking for a lot of information on the coronavirus, how we stay healthy, what's going on in the world. So now there's even more reason to be distracted and constantly be paying attention and checking in, and to, like me, reminiscing about movies, to reminisce and get on Instagram and flip through and see what everybody's doing. But as we become more isolated, it's important, I think, to reach out more. And so aside from taking care of yourself, check in with other people. This is a great time to call friends, check in with your family. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I appreciate you practicing. And I do want to let you know, because I'm also really a poor salesman. But, me and my daughter, we're trying to keep going through all of this. So I hope that you will consider supporting these classes on the Cash App. So there it is. I put it up there. How gaudy of me. I mean, I almost kind of throw up in my mouth a little bit about that, but you can always, if you enjoyed this class, if you enjoy these live classes and the information that's putting up, and when I'm not doing this right now live, I'm also working on a bunch of other content that'll be coming to YouTube and coming to our members and stuff. So we could definitely use your support. And here's the thing, though, and this is the last thing that I want to say about this, is that if you can't contribute to this class, I have no problem with that. If you want to enjoy these classes and not pay anything for them, I'm cool with that, and I mean that. But help somebody out that is more worth the few dollars that you might have. But we can all, if we're talking, everybody's talking online, of now we got to come together. We do, right? So as much as we want to look out for ourselves, and I think it's important that we help each other out. So help someone, and I cringe. I have to take that off of there. But you can send us a buck or two for the class. If you want to, you can always become a member. And that's it. Sorry, I'm going to try to not do all of that, but today was the day. Today was the day where I literally had my rant about how, look, man, if you only got 20 minutes, you need to reassess your fucking priorities as far as being strong and healthy and all that stuff. Thanks for being here, everybody. Sorry for the rant. I hope you all clicked off like 10 minutes ago. So Eric stuck in with me. Thanks, Eric. And thank you, brother. Siri wants to assist the class. Oh my God. Okay, I'm done. We're checking out of here. So I'm going to turn this one back on, and I want to thank you all for being here. I know who I am. I can't even hear that, but I hope that was funny. Bye, everybody.